Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I decided that one slow stitching project at a time wasn't quite enough, so and I've been looking at Roxy's creations. Sarah and Rachel on there, and their Mum Juju have been doing this amazing Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and I thought I might wait and catch up with it when I've finished my boho bunting, but I've decided I can't wait. I can do them both at the same time. So I thought I'd just come on and show you what I've been putting together, because it's a very different set of bits and bobs that I'm using for this than what I've been using for my boho bunting. So first of all, I've got this little old, I picked it up at a junk shop, I think, this one. Didn't pay a lot for it. Oh, I absolutely love it. It's got a little pocket for putting things in, and its own little pin cushion, which would be really handy. So I'm gonna. Oh, this is a handy little thing I got in the works for like £1 or £2. It's really good because it just sort of stands there, and yeah. So I've got my little box here ready. All that I've got in it at the moment, there's a couple of needles there. There's this cute little thing. I got this in a vintage workbox that I bought. I just think it's really sweet, so I'm going to keep my needles in there for this project. For each project I like to have everything together that I'm going to need for it, so I will probably find a spare pair of scissors to put in there as well. I'm hoping everything I need for my Journal of Stitchery will go in there. I'm not an expert embroiderer, I've got an awful lot to learn. I decided to keep my Journal of Stitchery quite small. I know it looks like a lot of stuff for a project that's going to be quite small, but it will end up, the book itself will end up quite small. So what they suggest is that you use an old hardback book and use that for your cover, and then you can expand the spine as you need it. So I found this one. I bought this in a National Trust bookshop at some point a few years ago. Didn't pay a lot for it. I just love it. I love these old ladybird books, and I've used them. I've made little sketchbooks out of them and all sorts of things, and I use the inside pages. And some of the little sewing projects are quite cute. This one I have to share with you. Oh my god. I think if you gave that to a child it might have nightmares. But anyway, yeah, so I will keep all the inside pages because I will use those for other things, but this will be my cover in the end. And then I've started I'm going to put these to one side because I had got everything ready, and then I've had a few more bits and pieces, so they were the bits and pieces. So that's my book. And then what I did was I tried to find fabrics and trims and threads and everything that pick up, that was an extra as well, that pick up the colours on this front cover. That was how I sort of started. So where to start? I've got some of my little vintage threads there, so I've picked out colours that I think will fit, picking up the colours on that cover. There are some little trims and things that I've put in this little tin, all sorts of little bits and bobs. Some of them are very tiny, but I think I will be able to use them. See, they're kind of like faded bright colours, if you know what I mean. Not pastels exactly, but yeah, kind of gentle bright colours, which I love. So that's all those little bits. I have no doubt this will end up a complete shambles within a few days of starting this project. So, there's another nice thread. I'll put that in there. Like with the boho bunting, I like to have lots of different textures of thread. So there's this lovely shiny one. There's these linen threads, not linen, cotton threads, sorry, lovely gentle colours. There's a whole lot of embroidery floss. I put the ones where it was just bits of them, I've wound them onto bobbins. Oh, they were all in lovely colour order, but of course it's already gone by the way, it don't matter. There. So you can see I'm picking up all of the colours. That one is now looking a bit leery actually. I'm going to take that one out. That's better. I just wanted a variegated one, but you know. Yeah, so that's all those colours appear on that book cover somewhere. The only one that's a little bit too bright is probably the orange, but it was the nearest I could get. These need to go in the little tin. And then I found a few tapestry walls as well. So it looks like a lot of colours, but it's all my focus that I keep having to pull myself back to is it on that cover? If it's on that cover, it gets in. Even the ladybird. Okay, and then I started with, from a fabric point of view, I've got this is American muslin, and this is like a cotton embroidery fabric. I don't actually know what it's called. It looks a bit like linen, but I don't think it is, but yeah, it'll have that effect. And I've already torn some pieces the right size to make my book. They're actually a little bit bigger, but I don't mind if they overhang a bit, and I think they will tend to come in as I stitch as well. So yeah, so I started off with those. Then there's more of that linen-y stuff, the American muslin. This came out of one of my Bazaar scrap bags, so it's just the plain, it's like a gentle white, but it's got that lovely embossed pattern in it. This I actually bought new, this kind of pillow ticking stuff, because I just thought it would look so lovely. It's quite expensive, but I only needed 1/4 metre of it, so that's fine. Same with this, I bought that new. This I've had hoarded for years, and I've used bits of it on various things. There's lots of sewing related vintagey looking adverts on. This also came from the scrap bags. So they're quite nice kind of neutral colours there. And then there's some greens here as well. All of these I think came from scrap bags. Then yesterday I came across these. So that's an old kind of table runner type of thing, and a couple of crocheted mats. So we use bits of those as well. There's another one of those there. I have got my little basket of antique lace as well, if I need to go into it, and I put these in. This I bought new, but I've had it knocking around for a long time. Still got some to use up. And this was also the scrap bags. Where's the book gone? Oh. And that colour does appear. It does appear. So I'm allowed. And then I went for some patterned fabrics. Oh, and these are all neutral. So we got some natural silk ribbon there. Anyway, there's all sorts of natural colour and neutral colour bits and bobs in there. Lots of different textures. There's even a bit of denim in there, because there is a kind of a denim-y blue again on the book. Right, so that's those. Then, so these fabrics are all spots and checks and stripes. They look quite bright there, but again, they all appear on that book. These are florals. Lots of different, a bit of a stretch with that one for the colour, but I still think it fits. I love it so much, I'm prepared to make an exception. Oh, and that yellow I came across yesterday is perfect, so that can add in there as well. So that's my florals. And then here are some more kind of pastel-y checks and spots. Bigger pieces though. That first one, they're all quite little bits. These are all unused. These I bought ages ago from AliExpress. So I got them over from China. Ooh, probably about, they've been sat there for about 5 years. I've got a whole load of them. They were called fat quarters. They're not fat quarters. They're nothing like fat quarters, but they were really good. They were ever so cheap, and they're really good value. And for this sort, they're quite thin, but because I was getting them for miniatures and things, that was a bonus. So, and I think they'll be good for this. So that's those. And then this, somebody gave me these, and I've still got some other pieces. They're kind of part pieces of gloves that were not completely fully made, and I have used tiny pieces of them. They're beautiful soft black leather. I have used tiny pieces of them. I'm very frugal with them, but just because they're so fine, so beautiful. They're fine enough to use for miniature work and things. So, and you know, there is some black on that cut. I might need a bit of black. If I do, I think it'd be nice to include a tiny bit of these. So that is all of the goodies I've done. Oh no, not quite. Some more pieces of ribbon and braid and things there, but just longer lengths. You know, these ones that are in here were too small. they're just little scraps. But of course, this is the kind of project that is perfect for using up those little scraps. So I think maybe what I'll do is get some more. I've got lots of these. They're biodegradable actually, cellophane bags that I got for packaging my greetings cards in, if and when I ever get round to doing my Etsy shop. I talk about it a lot. Anyway, so I've got a whole load of these, so I think what I might do is try to keep the different sections of fabric in the bags, just to make it easy to find things as I'm working through. But I can't wait to get, the first thing to do with the Journal of Stitchery is to do my stitch samplers, and Sarah and Rachel do an excellent job of showing you all the stitches, so I can't wait to get going on that, and I don't see why I can't make time for that, as well as my boho bunting and all the other projects I've got on the go. So what I'm going to do now is stop filming, and I will spread all of this out on the desk so it looks beautiful, and take a photo, and I'll probably put that at the end. So I hope you enjoyed that little peek at my plans. I'm gonna take a lovely photo and then pack them all into that little box, so that will sit in the sitting room. I imagine that project will keep me going for the rest of the year, I think, in between all the other things I'm trying to do. But I can't wait to get started, and I'll put a link to Roxy's creations down below. I've got the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery playlist saved, so I've just started working my way through that. They're really long, they do really long videos, and they're just lovely to have while you're sitting in your craft room doing a bit of stitching or whatever. It's like having a friend sat in a workroom with you, so it's lovely. So I will leave a link to that below as well. Okay, thanks very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again really soon. Bye.